because you want to move on to bigger.
Okay, so is that what you want to do for your career?
No.
Okay. So are you guys career ready? A lot of you said yes.
No, sir.
Who said yes? Hold on. We'll come back to that. Yes. How are you career ready?
Because I'm on track to be career ready.
But are you career ready now?
At this current point, no.
No. Okay. What do you got? No? Why not?
Give me another 4 years of college, sir, and I'll be ready to be a veterinarian. Right now, qualified to work at a convenience store.
Okay. Who else said yes? Some of you guys said yes. Real quick, and now you won't talk.
I think most of us right now probably need like if we had some type of training.
You got training, right? You're in the Corps. You've had a bunch of classes.
Yelling at freshmen isn't a skill that you can really carry on to the workforce.
Well, unless you enlist. Who's ready to enlist? Okay.
I would respect.
Can you get a job? Hold on. Can you get a job?
Absolutely.
Sure. Are you career ready?
No.
Up for debate, right? How many of y'all don't have a resume ready to go right now? Kind of screwed, aren't you?
Does having
Okay.
a resume saved on Google Drive count, or?
Is it ready? You got to listen to the actual question. I'm only picking on you, Megan, because you talk a lot. Are you career fair ready?
Yes.
Everybody's are you?
Yes. I got my resume ready.
Do you?
Yes.
Sounds like it's only saved.
Well, where else am I supposed to store it? On my backup hard drive?
But is it all done and ready? Could you print it out and hand it to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's up to date? You got this semester's classes on there?
Wait, I'm supposed to put my classes there?
It depends. Really doesn't matter. Depends on what you're applying for. How many of you are comfortable in a career fair? Okay. How many of you are not? Where's my introvert in the back? Not career ready, staring at his laptop. Are you comfortable in a career fair setting?
Yeah.
Really? Well, you said you're an introvert. That's why I'm asking. I'm picking on you because of that. Is it uncomfortable for you?
It's uncomfortable, but you can.
But you make yourself do it, right? Okay. I'm very much an extrovert. Okay. My wife, extreme introvert. Polar opposites. She hates going to parties with me. Okay. I can talk to a brick wall will talk back. She'll sit there and try to find the dog or the cat, right, and not talk to anybody. Okay. Or if she does, she won't stop talking, but only looks at me. It's really weird. I avoid eye contact. Okay. What makes you guys career fair ready? Here. I know this is not everyone's favorite subject, but believe it or not, you're upperclassmen now, and the shit is coming to an end, like we talked about last week.
Unless we make a core 5-year plan.
Yeah, sure. Most college students graduate in 5 years. 4 is not really the norm anymore. If you do it, great. But I would tell you stay here as long as you can. Real world sucks.
One of my sophomores is graduating next year, so...
Terrible mistake.
No.
It's fine. Is he career fair ready? Is he career ready?
Yeah? That boy
We'll
has
see.
a silver star indicating that his grades are high, his skills are high.
Just because you have good grades doesn't mean your skills are high.
Oh.
Right?
Well, he's had an internship straight out of high school.
We're going to get to that too. Okay. What's the problem with career fairs? You guys that don't
The
really
lines
like
are
them or
too
aren't comfortable.
long.
Hold on, Megan.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All they do is give you exposure to the different options out there.
Sure. How many of you guys only go to your career field or what you think you're going to go into? Why? Huh?
We don't...
That's why you like.
Yeah, you think. You hope. Yep.
Okay, so I'm an education major, and I actually
From
went-
Kingsville, right?
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm good.
So I went to an education career fair, and the only person that came up to me was a state trooper.
Came up to you,
Yeah.
right?
Like he actually came up to me and he saw me like in uniform and everything.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, you should join the state trooper.
Right, sure. And what did you think?
Well,
Once you got past your first, no, probably not.
It got me pretty interested for like 3 days, and then I was like, that'll suck ass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Okay, sure. But at least it got you thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
Some of y'all, a lot of y'all, want to do things different than your major. Okay? Is my MBA general manager in here? Who is that? Somebody wants to be an MBA general manager. Yeah. What's your major? Ag Systems Management, right? God, I'm good. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Probably not a lot of MBA teams here recruiting for a 21-year-old general manager. Okay? But you guys have to be willing to go up and talk to anyone, is my opinion. Okay? I would encourage you to go talk to different career fields. Okay? Outside of your interest. Just to learn a little bit about it. Okay? Jesus Christ. Good to see you, Pierce. Are you job interview ready?
What's that?
Not you. Everybody. Who's ready to interview? Okay. Who's not? Why not?
I haven't really had a proper job interview yet, so
Okay.
I probably want some practice before I went to the thing.
Sure. Yeah. Who else? Who's not really why not?
I wouldn't know how to negotiate a salary.
You don't get to negotiate. You guys are 12 years old and have no experience. Okay. Yeah, that's important. Can be. Okay, when it comes time to it. That actually happens with some of the seniors. Okay, they kind of get hung up on it. Who thinks they're going to make $100,000 a year right out of school with a bachelor's?
We're not delusional, so.
That's good.
Maybe.
Maybe. Petroleum engineers are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pharmacists, maybe.
Sure, cybersecurity.
Okay, maybe, but probably not when you start.
Sure.
Okay. We did a study at another university I was at, and no matter the major, students thought they were going to make $100,000 with a bachelor right out of school.
Even the underwater basket weavers?
Everybody.
What?
Okay. Now, statistically the majority. Not every single student. But it was like across majors. Okay. You can be a teacher, you're not making six figures your whole life. Okay. Unless you go into administration and you coach because you want to coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you can make extra money, all right? But do you guys feel okay in an interview? Okay, what makes you confident in an interview? Go ahead.
I had one yesterday. And,
With who? With what's the company?
Rock R Box.
What?
They said Rock R Box. They said real estate.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
And, the guy was from the Corps.
Okay.
So like we bonded over there.
Bingo. Why? Is that my next question? No, we'll be back to that. We're going to talk a little bit about it. They want to see if they like you. Okay? So in an interview, if they're sitting there all day and you guys go to career fairs, okay, or you're lined up in interviews and you get, 10, 15, 20 minutes? Maybe. And then the next guy comes in, right? They go one after another, especially if you're in uniform, all y'all look alike. Okay? You all sound alike. You guys all say the same things. It's not necessarily bad, but how are they going to remember you? Okay? I love job interviews. Okay? Before I took this professor position full-time, I interviewed with an oil and gas company because a buddy of mine worked there and he wanted me to come work there. And I thought, yeah, maybe making a little more money would be fun. Okay? I found out things about these people that I interviewed with that he didn't know, and he's worked with them for years. He's like, how'd you do that? And I'm like, well, I always ask questions. So when you interview, it's really important to have a couple questions either written down in the back of your mind. Don't have a lot. They don't have time. Ask them a couple questions. Ask them about the Corps. What outfit were you in? Okay? If they're not in the Corps, ask them questions. All right? Ask them where they're from. A lot of them move around a lot. Okay? They're not all from here. If they're not from Texas or didn't go to A&M, they don't know anything about the Corps. Do they all think you're going to the military? Yeah, they think you're all contracting, right? Like, you ever been to a football game out of state and they thank you for your service? Right? You're like, yeah, you're welcome. I'm pretty awesome. I've killed 25 people.
Freshmen don't count.
Right. Bring a little levity to it if you can and you're comfortable. Brianna, are you pretty serious in an interview? Yeah, okay. Yeah, yes, sir. Good answer. That's fine. Be yourself. Be yourself. They want to see if they like you. Questions about interviewing? What you got?
Well, what's some of the stuff you ask them?
It depends on the situation, but I'll ask them something like, if they're high up, I'll be like, how long have you been with the company? How do you like it? You can usually get a lot from that. If you see them hesitate, take a deep breath, there's maybe a lot of politics you don't know about, okay? Which is fine, you shouldn't, that's okay. But you can get a pretty good read if they really like the company or not, or if they're just there because that's their current role. I have kids, so I'll ask them if they have a family or whatever. How do they balance that? That's kind of a good way. don't ask how many vacation days you get. Like, okay, they'll be like, nope, right away. Okay? But just kind of feel out the situation. But it's really good to probably ask them about the job. Great question I always ask is, what are you looking for in an ideal candidate? Okay? If they can't really tell you, then it's pretty open. But if they say, we're looking for X, Y, and Z, that's an opportunity for you to say, well, I think I bring X and Y to the table. And if you give me a chance, I'll work on Z. Make sense? What else? Piers?
I was just gonna, another answer to that question is, I got advice to always ask, what are the top 3 things to do in the first, what are the top 3 mistakes to avoid in the first year in this position?
Sure.
And that those kind of specific pointed questions, if you keep it limited to that 1 year, they can still think of you as a new hire, and it kind of puts you in their head in that position.
Sure. And we're going to talk about that a little bit, of what they're going to do with you when they start out with you guys. Because it's super entertaining now. All right. We touched on this a little bit, but what makes you guys career ready?
Having applicable skills, well, that is appropriate for the type of job you're going to do.
Sure, the kind of checklist, right? Here's my degree, here's what I've learned, here's what I think I know how to do. Okay? Pretty much round hole, round peg, right? Good. What do you got?
Being able and willing to learn.
Absolutely. Great point. Okay. How many are all excited because you're going to start your career and you're done with the core and you're not going to have homework and you have all the time in the world to yourself? Not crazy. You guys are smart enough to realize it doesn't really work that way? How many are just going to buy a ton of cookies and not ever do PT again, and it's going to be awesome because you have so much money? Yeah, all right. Way to be honest. I know it's good for you, but how many of y'all hate it? Right? How many of y'all ready to be done with it? Females in particular, do you like working out with dudes?
No,
No, why?
because it's a lot harder.
It's harder. They also spit a lot, right? They smell terrible, okay? Pierce probably loves doing push-ups like right on fire ants. Yeah, I love it, right? I'm right there with you, buddy. Marcus Luttrell used to sleep outside in the grass and just get bitten alive by ants. Lone survivor from Texas. Read his book. Okay, yeah, the simple stuff of having your degree and having what you've learned helps you. What else helps you be career ready?
The 8CR competencies, communication skills, professionalism, work ethic, global intercultural fluency so that you can connect with
You told me you knew all 8, so this is your chance to prove
to
it.
connect with people from different cultures, digital technology, and digital technology because every workplace now involves a computer, so you have to know your way around a computer.
Who wants to work on a ranch? Where's my animal science guys? You need a computer?
Yes?
Yes.
Probably. You don't have to. Don't have
Of
to.
course, you need your critical thinking and your problem-solving skills, because guess what? There are times when you may have to deviate from the standard policy to do something. For instance, if you're inside a factory and somebody gets injured and you forgot where the power switch was to turn off all the machinery, with quick thinking, you may have to unplug just that one machine to
Sure.
assess the situation.
You touched on a great point. They want to know how you solve problems. Every industry. And they're going to ask you, what would you do if? You may not know the answer. Who wants to commission?
I want
A couple of y'all want to fly? Okay. I interviewed for an undergraduate pilot program. I was enlisted. You can apply to be a pilot, okay, in the Air Force. This was about, I think maybe a year after 9/11. One of the questions was, you're scrambled on alert, suspected terrorists on an airplane, civilian airliner carrying 300 passengers, been ordered to shoot it down. What do you do? I'm like, well, that's a good question, which is a great way to buy time in an interview. Okay, compliment their question and think for yourself. If it's like 2 or 3 parts, ask them again. It's 100% okay, then just draw in a blank or write it down.
What are my parameters? What are
Hold
my
on.
constraints?
Hold on.
Sorry.
We're not there yet. You're going to have to start raising your hand before you talk, Megan. Okay. They didn't really care what I said. They cared how I worked through the process. Okay? What I told them was I would make sure that I had the right order before I followed through. They said, okay, you lost all comms, and the last order you heard was shoot down the airliner. Doesn't look like it's under duress, no problem staying on his flight path. You shoot it down. Okay? They wanted to see how I worked through it. There wasn't a right or wrong answer. Unless I was like, nope, I'm not going to do anything, right? The other thing that they told me actually in the interview was one of the other candidates who was interviewing swore throughout the interview. And they found it really offensive. Now, if you were one of the pilots, okay, and you're one of the bros in the locker room, perfectly fine. But they don't know you off the street, okay? Even if they're from the Corps. No, not done yet. You have to wait. Okay.
I forgot to more see our competencies.
That's okay. I know that you know.
Oops.
How do y'all get hired?
You gotta sell yourself.
Sure, sell yourself. Do they like you? That's most of it. They're just trying to figure out if they like you. It's a big investment. No matter how, if it is a lot or not. Okay? How else? How do you guys get hired? Who's never had a job? Go ahead.
With the proper degree.
Yeah, but they don't care. All y'all have degrees.
Connections.
Connections? Absolutely.
The good old Aggie network.
Yeah, I've got an Aggie ring, right? That'll get you your first job in a lot of places in Texas. Okay? How many of y'all don't want to leave Texas? Okay? Some of y'all are open, right? Okay, again, they're not going to know what the Corps is. But you can explain it to them. Tell them the awesome things that you do, whether you like them or not, right? Okay? How else? How do you guys get hired?
Past experience.
Yeah. They all want to know if you have experience, right? None of you do. That's pretty lame, isn't it? How do you start the process?
You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Indeed.com, baby.
Sure, online. Brianna, what do you got? Yep, we're going to get to that. You have to apply to probably 200 jobs. That sounds shitty, doesn't it? Some of y'all are going to get hired right away and you're going to think it's really easy and really awesome. And that's cool. I hope that works out for you. Most of y'all are going to have to apply to a lot of different places. Okay? Because again, you all look alike, sound alike. This is one university, right? How many of you mean your graduating class? 10, 12,000? Okay? You know how many universities there are in this country? You know how many there are in this state?
One.
Few thousand.
Yes. Who said one? Great answer, Pierce. Okay. There's dozens and dozens of universities in Texas alone. Okay? Yeah, nobody else has the Corps, but can they do ROTC? Sure. All right? You got to cut through the noise. You have to stand out. All right. Now you can lighten up a little bit. Oh, I better make sure you have sound.
Mr. Huff, Mr. Jenner is
Hold on.
ready for your interview.
Actually, we'll be interviewing as a team. We're here to
Don't worry, I'll leave it in there. Where's my volume? Show up at all? Son of a bitch. Well, this is fun. Come on, Jeff. Oh, you're killing me, Spinoz. Oh, wait, that shouldn't matter. Maybe it's because I plugged that in. Yeah, there it is. So much for being fun. Oh my God.
actually will be
No.
interviewing at
Yes. Now, do we have any sound?
Well, Brennan, you certainly have had a lot of jobs.
I'm a bit of a spark plug and human resources lady.
Oh,
Trying
no,
to think.
it's Pam.
I'm sorry. Well, Pan.
No, my name is Pam.
Were you saying Pan or Pam?
I'm saying Pam. Yeah, I'm sorry, who's this gentleman sitting behind you?
Hello, Ms. Lady. I'm Dale. I'm Brennan's stepbrother, and I think I might be able to help with the Pan-Pam dilemma.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Pam.
Pam.
Pan.
With
There's
an
a
M.
D on the end.
There's no D. It's Pam.
It's like calm.
Here, it's P.
P-A-N-M.
M.
And
Two M's.
M.
That was the
No,
confusion.
there's just one M.
what do you say we interview you?
All right, yes, that's a sometimes useful exercise. Please put your hand out. Go ahead.
How much money do you make a year before taxes?
Yeah, I'm actually not comfortable answering that.
Come on!
We're doing the interview now, not you.
Okay, here's a shout out of a cannon. Oprah, Barbara Walters, your wife. You gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go!
I think we're done here. Thank you.
Mr. Huff, under your references, you listed Dale Dovek, which I know is this gentleman, but you also listed Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Yep.
Okay, we are looking for people we can contact.
We want to tell you the stuff we're not good at,
Our weaknesses.
so we're clear up front.
Okay. We're not generally comfortable in an office setting, I would say.
I get cooped up.
I won't go into an office that's ever been used before.
I am no good before 11 a.m.
I also get headaches from computers, so I can't be around them for too long.
I take stuff.
But you know someone go up and down with me in the elevator.
I have a weakness for sweets.
Other weaknesses? We're slow learners, and we're not particularly good listeners. That'll be a huge problem.
We're also slow learners.
Okay, first of all, I needed someone to
Wait, shut your
work
mouth.
with.
Shut your mouth.
I think that's enough.
Shut for 1
Here.
second.
Shut your mouth.
I needed someone
Wait,
to
shut your
work
mouth.
with.
Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry, what did
You're
you
just
say?
coming off stupid.
I'm coming off as stupid. You're wearing tuxedos to a job that requires you to clean bathrooms. Please leave this office. We're done with this interview.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
I'm just looking to hire guys that I don't mind hanging out with for like 12 hours a day. You guys seem like cool guys. Got hair similar to mine. You wear tuxedos to the interview. That's funny. It's ironic. I get that. You're kind of underplaying the whole formality of it. I think that's funny as hell. So let's do this. You know, you guys are hired. You're in. You know, unless you're like the weirdest guys ever, and I don't see it.
Great.
Was that a fart? I don't know. I can taste it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I did fart. Is that onion and ketchup? It stinks. And this is a small room. Okay, now the tuxedos seem kind of fucked up.
We've gotten lazy.
Careers are like marriage, but without the cake.
I don't know what I do with
And
that.
marriages are like funerals, but with cake.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Who's had an internship? Who had a good internship? Good. Who had a lousy one? Why?
I was the only Aggie on the trip, and they pretty much made fun of me the entire time for being an Aggie, and I just didn't really get along with the other interns.
Where was it at?
It was in Mexico.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think it's because they didn't understand A&M?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you weren't
You make fun of what you don't understand, right? Okay, people think you all are in a cult here, okay? Which you are. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? Okay, but they don't get it. Good internships, tell me about them. Yes, ma'am.
I had a good internship at this company in Irving, Texas called Liquid Environmental Solutions.
What made it good?
What made it good? I liked the company environment. Everybody was professional yet friendly with each other.
Good.
The supervisors were friendly, and you could be friendly back, but without the first name basis, because after all, they were your supervisors.
Sure.
It was a relaxing environment. Everybody did their own work. Nobody went around trying to get into other people's businesses.
Well, yeah, it's because you guys are
Asking-
new and young, and they're not going to do that yet.
As in asking, so who was with who and when? No, none of that. It's all just people stay in your own lane, mind your own business. You're there to work, not to get the 411 on every single employee there.
Sure. How long were you there?
I was there for 1.5 months, beginning of July to the middle of August.
Okay, so 45 days. You think it's going to change if you're there for 3 years?
Possibly.
Probably. Who else had a good internship? What made it good, Riley?
I was in Virginia all summer.
Okay.
We made 40% commission in sales. So.
Nice. So the money, the location?
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, I've never been that far away from home for that long, so.
Okay.
It was
And you
good.
survived, right?
Yeah.
Outside of Texas, the greatest country in the world.
I talked to about 5,000 people
Awesome.
this summer.
Okay.
So.
What else? Who else had a good one?
It was an internship in Baltimore. It's just really rewarding. The work environment was pretty awesome.
Okay. How many of you guys were with other interns from other places? I know you were. Brianna, how was that?
Pretty good, sir.
Okay. Why?
I was at a vet clinic in Nacogdoches.
Okay.
So it turned out East Texas is a different kind of place.
From where? Where are you from?
Boston, sir.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
I've never heard of an outdoor dog store down there.
Never heard of a what?
An outdoor dog. Like, I'm from...
You're gonna be a veterinarian? You've never heard of an outdoor dog?
Look, where I'm from, November rolls around, you bring your dog inside, you have to buy another one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love it. Okay, so you learned something new. But how many of y'all with your internships realized that you're like, it's like being on a minor league baseball team, okay? You're on a team, right? But are you guys really a team? Or are you guys competing against one another? What do you got?
Yeah, so I interned with Valero this summer.
Okay.
And their intern program is very structured.
Sure.
And there's more internships than job offers or return offers.
For sure.
And so I was kind of lucky where I wasn't like working with all the interns, but I got to hear like it was super cutthroat.
Yeah.
Like people just undermining and like going behind people's backs. Like I was very lucky I wasn't with them and like working with a lot of the interns. I was pretty isolated, but just like hearing from like the friends that I had made, there was some just like really messed up stuff, like kids going to managers, like ratting on people, and I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah,
And I
that's
mean,
exactly right. Welcome to oil and gas. Right? Okay? But that's a lot of career fields. Okay? Even education. Right? Because you're all intern, there's student teachers. Now, College Station's an anomaly because there's a million of y'all, because you all graduate from here. So College Station ISD actually pays a little bit less than some of the others. Okay? Because there's so many teachers. Right? But you go to another place, and there might be 4 or 5 student interns, and only one of you is going to get hired. Okay? That's most internships. All right? And they want to see if they like you in addition to how well you work. All right? So it's kind of like the Hunger Games where, yeah, you're all buddies, but you still got to kill somebody. Right? Now, do you have to take them out? Probably not a good look. If you're the student running the managers, being like, so-and-so did X, Y, and Z, and they're a terrible person, and they should be out of here. Guess what? That's a note on them, but also that's a note on you. Okay? They're going to probably document that somewhere or another.
Yeah, the managers knew who
Sure.
was doing it.
All the supervisors are telling them what's going on, what they think of you.
And I know
Okay.
like, at least a few of them like that really hurt them. In
Yeah.
Their, they have like an exit interview.
Yeah. Okay, it's like a combine, right? It's like the NFL combine. Okay? Yeah, you're 40 times fine. All right? But are you going to be okay in the locker room? Make sense? Questions about that? Please ask questions. Good? Okay. Yes, careers are like marriage. Okay? Why? What do I mean by that? Nobody's married. What do you got?
You're stuck with it.
Yeah, right? Oh, shit. It's like a prison sentence. Okay. No getting out. Can you leave?
Yes.
Will it hurt? Maybe.
Depends on the situation.
Of course. Might be the best day of your life. Right? Oh, I'm so happy to get out of that. Okay? That's what people think with marriage too. Okay? But the grass isn't always greener. How many of y'all parents are still together? Good, most of you. That's pretty good. How many of y'all have still seen them fight? Probably, hopefully, all of you. Okay? You have to keep up your marriage, just like your career. Especially when you guys are starting out. Okay? They're still measuring you guys the whole time. Right? They've hired you, they've invested in you, but not a lot. Because y'all still pretty cheap. Okay? So you have to work on the relationship. And it's the relationships that'll save you. We'll probably get to it. We definitely get into it senior year. I know Pierce has heard it from me before, but you will be amazed what you see in the workplace of people doing exactly what he was talking about. You will be amazed at people that you think are your friends, okay, or people that just don't like you, of what they will try to do to you. You will be amazed at how disappointed you can be in other people. No matter your career field. I don't care if you're contracting in the military, oil and gas, education, ranching, it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, you're going to work with some shitty people. And they can really mess up your career. Okay? I've been invited to leave. Okay? I'm a pretty good dude. I'm a pretty likable guy. Honestly, my issue, and I'll tell you this, again, Pierce probably heard this, as a guy, I'm very confident in myself. Okay? For no reason. I'm 5'10". I have no reason to be as confident as I am. Okay? I'm just a confident guy. I was brought up that way. I don't know, sports, whatever. I was always really small, but I was a Division I athlete. Don't say anything, Pierce. You guys figure out what sport, 1,000,000 extra credit points. Okay? But I kept... Thanks.
Water polo.
Oh, I'm way too small for water polo. But I was really good at a lot of things, so I was pretty confident myself. You know who didn't like me? Female supervisors. They thought I was arrogant. I can't stand arrogance. I really don't like it. But I was confident, and they construed it as arrogance. People viewed me as arrogant. And it really hurt my feelings, to be honest. I was like, I'm very confident I'm not an asshole. But they thought I was an asshole. Okay, so for dudes, I gotta tell you that that's something you may have to watch out for. Okay? It's an entirely different situation. Most of the time, dealing with the opposite sex. Okay? Hopefully it's not and doesn't have to be. It shouldn't matter. Okay? But that was a couple of the detractions that I've dealt with in my career. Okay? And it sucks. Right? It sucks because I didn't want to be viewed that way and treated that way, but that's how they saw me. Right? So for dudes, be careful with that. And before that, I will tell you, so I've interviewed you guys before, and what a lot of women will say when how they deal with conflict is passive aggressiveness. If you bring, you're smiling, okay?
That's very true.
Right. Again, this is unofficial research, but that's what almost all my females in the Corps wrote about with how they deal with conflict is in some manner or fashion, they mentioned being passive aggressive. If you give wind to that to a company, they'll probably not hire you. That will literally bother them. Okay, I've talked to buddies who are hiring managers and stuff like that. They're like, if I get a hint of that, no dice, because it's exactly what you're talking about. It's just going to undermine what's going on at work. But it's kind of how you're wired. It's not a terrible thing on your part.
Passive aggressiveness, besides sarcasm.
Undermining people without dealing with the confrontation. Okay, so you're mad at Luis, but instead of going up to him and say, hey man, I got a problem with what you did here, you're kind of going to do it all behind his back to see if you can penalize him another way without him really knowing it. Okay, so it's a lack of confrontation, right? Do you feel comfortable going up to somebody and telling them?
No.
Yeah, right? It's kind of hard. Okay, so if you're not good at that, just be aware of
I
it.
don't know how the other person would react, and some people have a very violent reaction to being told that they're wrong or something.
Sure, maybe. But I bet if you went to Luis and said, hey, dude, I kind of have a problem with what you did with your fish, how are you going to respond?
I would say
probably be okay, right? Dudes, we're dumb. Honestly, we are simple creatures. Okay? We're real plain. Okay? You know what we're thinking about all the time? Nothing. Nothing. Okay? Football. Okay? You've seen all the memes, right? When the woman's lying in bed, like, I bet he's thinking about other girls, and he's like, I wonder if mashed potatoes are better with the skin on. You know? Like, we're real simple. Y'all are really complicated, and we try to figure that out, and it's a pointless effort. I'm telling you right now. Okay? Best advice I can give you, my entire class. If and when you get married, okay, understand that you will never figure out what a woman wants. And you're going to try to figure it out. But most importantly, hire a cleaning person as soon as you can. Best thing you can do for your marriage. Okay? As soon as you can afford it, hire someone to clean your place. Save your marriage. Okay? If you remember nothing else from SOMS, okay? Tell General Ramirez, I learned that I should hire a cleaning person as soon as I have money. Okay? Especially since y'all are getting tired of cleaning and stuff, even though the fish do it. I don't remember what we're talking about, but it's pretty good. All right. Same thing that worked first. Same thing. No different. Relationships, your work relationships, personal relationships. Devastating for some of y'all.
So that's why I read in this other meme that said Google is the go-to for IT support.
Of course it is.
Even
I have a TI manager. Somebody wants who's in. Yeah, you want to work in IT, right? We're gonna tell them turn the computer off and on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Solve all the problems in the world.
90%.
Yeah, all the time. Like I had a Nest thermostat, one of those smart thermostats, and I'm calling them to get help, and I can hear they're just Googling shit. I'm like, I already did all that. Okay, I need like real help. Okay, but I was just picking on IT. Same thing for everybody. Okay, but a little bit of this is true. Again, especially if you go military, it's on the job training. Okay, they're gonna teach you how to do everything. Okay, where do y'all want to work? Dream job.
Astronaut?
Okay, astronaut. Good point. Hold on to it. Don't say anything else. NBA general manager, right? Okay. Who else? Long term. Dream job. Corporate world. Were you?
Or no, corporate law.
Corporate law. Okay. Somebody here is thinking, who wrote Fortune 100 company or FBI agent? Okay, pretty distinct deal there, right? Tons of money. Okay, or crap working in a cubicle in Langley, right? Okay. Think about your dream job. How long is it going to take you to get there? What's a while?
10 years?
Maybe. Astronaut for sure. Absolutely. Who else?
20 to 30.
20 to 30? Maybe. Yep. How many of y'all think that kind of sucks? Yeah? Why?
Because you have to be patient and...
Hold on, you always talk. They just raise their hands.
Like 21 years old, that's like another lifetime, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like you were saying, like you're just looking forward to getting out of college and like getting to the real world, but you still kind of like pay your dues.
Yeah.
To your real job.
Your 20s are kind of a blur. Some of y'all are going to take jobs just because you have to, not in your career field. Okay? That's okay. All right? Some of y'all are going to hit, how old are you, Pierce? 23. Okay. Some of y'all are going to be Pierce's age real soon. I know he's super old. Okay? You're going to be 23, 24, 25. You're going to come back to an Aggie game. You're going to drink all weekend. And Monday, you're still going to be hungover. It's a brutal lesson. You're going to call your buddies and be like, are you still... No, you're not going to call them. You're going to text them. You're going to be like, are you still hungover? And be like, yeah, this is terrible. Okay? It's called getting old. All right?
I didn't think it would happen so fast.
Exactly. Yeah, it sucks. All right? Enjoy your youth while you have it. That's why I say don't leave. You're juniors, you got a little more time. Okay? It's going to take... It took me 20 years to land my dream job of being a professor, and took me 2 additional degrees I never thought I would have. I finished undergrad. I was done. I never wanted to go back to school. I went back 10 years later. Absolutely loved it. Okay? Came to A&M, didn't have a ring, had to do it. But I loved being back in school when I was older. Grad school is a whole different world. We can talk about that later if y'all want. But it's going to take you a while to get that dream job, and that's kind of a hard thing to deal with. Okay, how long are you going to work in your career field? How long are you going to work in your career right out of here? Don't know, right? Huh?
45, 50 years.
Maybe.
When's the retirement age?
Most of y'all, right.
Probably be 85 by the time we get up there. So
But how many of you guys are going to work for a company right out of school and plan to stay there for 20, 30, 40 years? No, why not? Yeah, why not?
The average turnover for the job that my dream as design get is like 2 or 3 years, and that's like what they brag about. Just because the pay is really good. It's like 60 to 80,000 bucks in college, but they kind of get their pound of flesh from you.
Yeah.
So my idea would be like get experience doing that, and then I can kind of do whatever I want afterwards.
Could be, yeah. What do you got?
Because I want to like get different experience at a different company, not just sit there and do the same thing for 20, 30 years.
Most of y'all would change careers 5 to 7 times. Okay? Perfectly fine. Be careful how you do it. If you switching jobs every 6 to 12 months for the first 2 or 3 years out of school, automatic red flag on your resume. Okay? Automatic red flag. You want to work for SpaceX? You know what they would do? Chew you up and spit you out. Not you personally. Any engineer, anybody in STEM, it doesn't matter. SpaceX is going to hire you, pay you less than you can make elsewhere. But what's on your resume? SpaceX. Me and Elon Musk are like, this! You know he came here and spoke a couple years ago? It was like Jesus walked out on the stage. People lost their minds. It was incredible. If you go to work for somebody like SpaceX, if you go to work for an NBA team, okay, you get hired by the Dallas Mavericks, okay? They're going to pay you 30 cents an hour, okay? But they're going to watch and see how you handle it, right? And see how you grow. Why is your generation the worst?
And more validation quickly.
Sure.
Progress quickly.
Right.
We keep running to safe spaces.
That's pretty funny. Pierce, what do you got?
Well, just to your last point, the internship I'm at right now, you know, considering I don't fuck it up, they're probably going to hire me. But the way they're doing it is I'm the research analyst paperwork bitch, and they're not paying me until I complete my real estate license.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, if anyone didn't believe you, there's the proof, I guess.
What they're doing when they hire you guys, because they're trying, and I'm generalizing your whole generation, which I know is lame, okay, because y'all think you're not like that, but statistically you kind of are. Sorry, I'm in the same boat, okay? They think that you're not going to stay very long, and they think you don't have a work ethic. Pretty big advantage saying I was in the Corps, in my opinion. You DNC guys, I hire you tomorrow. Anybody who sticks through the Corps for 4 years without contracting, to me, says a lot. Okay? But what the companies are doing, and what, especially in oil and gas, bigger industries, right? There's 1 million of y'all. There's 1 million of y'all. So they hire you, and it's basically a 2 to 3 year test phase. Even if they hire you, not internship, hire you, they're going to put you on programs to see how you do. The cool thing is they want to incentivize you. Companies are learning that younger generations want incentive and timeline.
I just want to get hired, that's all.
Sure, that's your first step. But once you're in, okay, you're going to want to know what's in 6 months, what's in 12 months. Why am I not CEO in 3 years?
Duh, nobody
Right?
becomes CEO in 3 years unless you start your own.
You have to raise your hand. So they're testing you guys out even when they hire you. Okay. The other deal they'll do for, say, veterinarians, right, or physicians, what happens in a hospital? You're basically an intern all over again, right? They're just testing you out in a residency, right? They're going to see if you can hack it, all right? For docs and veterinarians, they might partner you up with somebody who's like 50, 55, 60 years old, thinking about retiring. Golden opportunity for you to take over, right? You're going to see if you like it or not, and if you want to do it. Great opportunity for any career field if you can find that, okay? But they really don't know what to do with you guys, so they're literally testing you out, right? It's a good thing. Take advantage. They're going to give you a job. You went through basic, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you have a job?
What do you mean by that?
Well, like element leader or?
I was a weapons squad leader or platoon sergeant.
Okay. Did you ever get demoted for screwing up?
Not for screwing up.
Okay.
Because they wanted to promote someone with a Swedish shit bag.
Okay, right. So when I went through, I was like dorm chief, so I'm in charge of everybody. And then I got fired like 3 times, okay? It was just to see how I handled it, okay? So if you're working in oil and gas and they tell you to go out and push a broom to clean up a mess, go do it like a badass, okay? Go kick ass at that task. Be like, man, I'm done. What's next? Okay? Sometimes they're just testing you out to see how you handle the situation. No different than in the court, right? Okay? You tell people to go do something, you want to see how they do it. Make sense? We already covered this last one. That was everything. Oh, this is good. We're going to run out of time. We touched on this a little about how to get there or how long it'll take, but you got to work your tail off, okay? You literally... Bill Gates never took a day off in his 20s. Never. Not one. Billionaire, super genius, right? Easy living. He worked his ass off to make that money. Okay? It was not easy. The overnight millionaire thing, some of you guys touched on wealth, which is great. Go get it. Okay? But it's not easy. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Again, we already did that. Okay, most important part, lesson of the day. Colonel Allison would be so proud to have this in here. I know you guys get the career fair, career readiness, and all that stuff shoved down your throat. But it really never ends. Some companies are going to hire you and tell you got to go get a master's, and they'll pay for it, which is great. All right? But career readiness really never ends. Whether it's the relationships, constant learning, certifications you have to have. Okay? I know you kind of don't want to hear this. It's kind of depressing, right? It never ends. But it's up to you.
What's so depressing about that?
Some people don't like it. You didn't raise your hand.
Oops.
Okay, just keep up your relationships. Okay, hopefully today, we'll start discussion posts. Anybody not have access to the book? I think the links I sent were no good, but did everybody find it? Anybody not have it?
You mean like the book? Like
The Discover Your True North book. Strength Quest we'll figure out. Don't worry about that one. Discover Your True North, I think, is 100% available online on the A&M library.
Yes.
Okay. This week we'll start our discussion posts. Okay, I'll email you guys when it's posted. Again, write well, spell check, all that stuff. And you have to reply to others by Monday. So get yours in by the end of Wednesday. Make sure you go back and reply to whatever I said in the syllabus. I think I said 2. Reply to at least 2 other posts by the end of Monday. Good? Questions? All right. Not my favorite subject today, but stuff I know that I wanted to share mainly because all your career fair crap is happening right now. It's really the only reason I did this. We won't do this again. Cool? Y'all look a little bored, sorry. Good to go? All right, go have an awesome week. If you have any questions, let me know. Make a pile of those cards, please, and just drop them off up front.
So you're gonna post a question on the discussion board and we have to answer it?
Yes. There's that. Still working on names. Got a ways to go.
I was actually wanted to talk to you about you're in the International Guard, correct?
Air National Guard, yes.
So I am looking to go into the state boarding because I am currently in task, paying for my school and all that. Okay. So basically, I'm still deciding, you know. So which one? Is there advantage to one or the other? Or?
So the State Guard I know less about. So if you're in the Air Guard, so there's Guard and Reserves.
Right.
If you're in the Air Guard, it's mostly Homeland Security. It's mostly home first, you deploy less.
Right.
You go in the Air Force Reserve, are you looking Air Force or what branch?
Air Force, yes.
Okay. If you go Air Force Reserves, you're much more likely to deploy. Okay, so if that's an issue while you're in school, I would look at the Air Guard. The State Guard is a little different than the Air Guard. The State Guard, I think, are mostly guys who are like, I don't even know
disasters and things like
that. Yeah, exactly. I know less about them, but it's like, I don't even know if some of them are paid. A lot of them are volunteer.
A lot of it is
Okay.
volunteer.
So if you're interested in that, now I enlisted which is what you would have to do now if you want to go in now. I would talk to a recruiter, maybe probably even off base.
Yeah, currently because
Or off,
it's
off
just
campus.
debating going into state or not.
See, buddy.
Right now I'm thinking state just because I don't know. Well, you know, you can stay around and I could start now. And,
But that's what I'm saying. With the Air Guard, you're going to be assigned to a base here.
Okay.
So probably Fort Worth, San Antonio. Our base is pretty small in Ellington, but there are jobs there. Do you have a career field you're looking to go into?
Health field.
Okay.
Overall.
So that's
but
a
in
good
a way, like if it makes it, I kind of want to get it done. You know
100%.
what I mean?